Ooh, yeah!
Welcome back to another episode of the Wrestle Brothers. Keith.
I'm Keith.
And I'm Rudy.
Guess we'll have to start off with the greatest match, one of the greatest matches in wrestling history.
Yeah, one of the greatest matches ever went down this past weekend. New Japan Pro Wrestling Dominion. They had Kenny Omega versus Okada 2, the rematch from Wrestle Kingdom, which was the second ever match at Wrestle Kingdom. The second ever match that ever got a 6-star rating from Dave Meltzer. He's one of the more trustable guys of rating matches. I don't agree all the time, but most of the time I do. He's pretty good with it. Their first match got 6 stars. This match got 6.25. He said it broke his rating. He said this match was better than the first one. Didn't think it was possible, but it was. And it's really surprising to the fact that it was a 60-minute draw. They battled each other for an hour, a fucking hour, just to draw.
Yeah, they really did. I mean, there was a lot of really big spots in there. They didn't go as high-flying as they did in the first one, which was very nice, which I think might be why it got that little .25 extra rating. Overall, I mean, we could probably go an hour on this match just talking about it alone like they did.
Ironic.
But we would get tired faster than they do.
Yeah, but I mean, I gotta point out though is Kenny Omega sells so freaking well. Like he's probably one of the best sellers I've seen, especially when Okada did that drop kick when they're outside of the ring, and he went through the guardrail, but he went flying. I mean, I'm sure part of it was Omega, selling it to fly back, but it looked like force was put into that drop kick, and he literally went flying. Not to mention the amazing counters in that matchup. The power bomb from the drop kick.
Yeah, their matches are full of lots of reversals. They know each other just so well in their matches.
The amount of precision and timing they had to have on that sit out power bomb for the drop kick. I think if Omega missed by even like a millisecond, that would have just looked like a terrible botch.
Yeah.
They had to have practiced that a couple times just to make sure they got it right. And Okada throws the best dropkick in wrestling. Hands down. You can argue with me all day. I'm going to defend Okada. He is a superstar.
He turned the dropkick into like a signature, finisher, essentially.
Yeah, he throws a lot of drop kicks. He has the clothesline and all that. He does.
The Rainmaker, yep.
Yeah.
Which ironically, Kenny started doing kind of almost his own style of Rainmaker. He doesn't do a clothesline. He does the high knee. Because Kenny Omega's a very good knees kind of guy. And ironically, it's Seth Rollins' finisher as well now. But the thing is, Rollins uses it as a finisher. I feel like that's kind of dumb. It really is. Like, they talk about him when he had the curb stomp. They talk about that being dangerous. Okay, but Triple H can drop someone with a pedigree, drops him face down. Styles can still use the Styles Clash. Granted, he doesn't use it as much now in WWE. He used that phenomenal forearm or whatever. I really wish they would let him use the Spiral Tap. I really wish they would let him use that. It's awesome. I know Vince isn't too keen on his bigger name guys doing that type of high-flying stuff. Kind of save that for
that's a lot of money they lose if someone gets hurt during that.
Yeah, but AJ is arguably one of the best wrestlers ever. He is so gifted athletically. Like I think he's even more athletic than Shawn Michaels ever was. And Michaels was the most athletic wrestler, I think, personally, until they brought AJ in. AJ just hands down is phenomenal. No pun intended.
I just think he kind of looks stupid as far as a wrestler goes. That hair.
Soccer mom hair.
Yeah, he's like a soccer mom going on. I mean, he's really good, yes. But he doesn't look the part. And I think that hurts him a lot, for me at least.
Well, before we move on, I just want to point out one more thing about that match, though. Was the clever where Okada went for the clothesline, and it looked like Kenny was so exhausted that he just fell. And
that was at the 50, 55-minute mark.
Yeah, toward
that
the
was
end.
the end.
That was just
showing that they were just exhausted.
That was a perfect sell.
That was a great
perfect
sell.
I mean, the one thing I do see, you'll hear a lot of the old-time wrestlers oh, that wasn't that good. Because they look at it how they used to wrestle, just hitting each other. big move here, big move there. They're not used to seeing so many beautifully executed counters.
No, see, I feel like this one, they're going to respect a lot more. The 60-minute draw, the older generation of guys are going to respect this one more than the other one.
There was a lot less reversals.
Not only that, it was a lot of good selling and just good, like, near falls. Like, some of the falls really turned out to be almost like 2 and 9.98 out of 3. It was so close. Like, you could almost see the ref about the hit, and Kenny or Okada would kick out. They have great chemistry. Now the thing I'm thinking is, since Cody came in during that match, tried to throw in the towel, saying Kenny was getting his ass kicked, does Cody now take over? Apparently, after the match, when Okada was outside still celebrating, giving the go-home speech, everyone in New Japan gives a go-home speech, apparently Cody came out, spit beer in his face, told him he sucked, and then said, I'm challenging you next for the title. Now, Cody's in Bullet Club. Kenny's in Bullet Club. Kenny's probably sitting there thinking, he can't beat me now.
Yeah.
He couldn't even pin me in the 60 minutes. He went 60 minutes not being able to pin me. I can probably beat him. He now has that thing, oh, crap, I just went 60 minutes with this guy, and I couldn't even put him away.
Yep.
So now what? Dissension in the Bullet Club maybe coming soon? Who knows?
They might be leading towards something like that.
And they're coming to the U.S. soon, too. They're going to come to the U.S. next month, actually. They're going to be in California for 2 days.
It's a little too far for us.
Well, I know, but I wish I could go see that. I next time Ring of Honor's around and Kenny's around, I'll probably go see it. Because that'd be
great
cool.
to
But
see.
Kenny doesn't really wrestle for Ring of Honor. He's more of a paid per appearance kind of guy for Ring of Honor.
Yep.
He's not like a full-blown wrestler for them like, the Young Bucks or all those other guys. But
yeah, the other big talk of the week for wrestling was the Joe Lesnar brawl in the ring.
that was awesome. That was awesome. They let Joe bitch out Brock. He kicked him square in the face, knocked him down.
Brock does not
Awesome.
usually come out for too many people, but he's willing to do this with Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, their final match is probably going to be absolutely terrible. It's going to be pretty bad, probably, more than likely, between those two. If this was like 7 years ago, like one of those dream matches when they're both in their really in their prime, phenomenal.
Yeah, but I mean, like, watching that segment, and I was sitting there with my old man, we were both watching it, and when Joe kicked Lesnar in the face,
Square in the face.
we at the same time were like, holy shit, that looked like it hurt. And my dad and me looked at each other, and we were both like, yeah, Lesnar just broke character. He wants to kill him.
I honestly could not agree more. I really thought he kind of kicked Brock a little too hard, maybe. Maybe it was just a little slip. I think Brock maybe leaned in a little too much, either or. But awesome segment again. It was probably the highest rated segment on Raw again for this, second straight week. It was the only thing that really mattered. It was cool. There's a couple other cool moments on Raw, but honestly, right now, the only people who care are Brock and Joe. So,
Yeah. I mean, when I first turned on Raw, I came right in for the tag match with The Miz in there. I saw the bear. I turned it off shortly after that.
It's like the rabbit all over again from Adam Rose's, segment. When he used to have the posse with him, the party, and the rabbit would be with him, the mascot. That's what it reminded me of. I was just like, I'm done. I'm done with that. I couldn't watch that for like even past like a minute.
yeah, that was pretty bad segments back then.
I guess moving over to SmackDown, you had the thing at the end with Isis Mahal.
What? What?
That's fucked up, Keith.
What? I said Jinder Mahal, didn't I?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Strike that from the record.
We know how to be edgy, folks.
America out of nowhere. I mean, RKO out of nowhere.
Now we're gonna get in serious trouble.
Okay, well, I guess
Let's calm down.
that's about.
Although that segment with Orton and Jinder Mahal was good. In all honesty, I kind of like Jinder right now. I like him not like he's one of my favorite wrestlers and I think he's great, but I like what they're doing with his character. I like how he kind of downgrades America in a sense, and then he kind of talks in his language. He's being a regular heel, and I think it's great because now it makes Orton even more of a baby face. Granted, I think Orton's better as a heel / like tweener, but it makes it cool. It makes it a good match. It's going to be a good setup. Orton hit him with a great RKO out of nowhere, and it was an awesome segment. It was a really good segment in between. So,
I mean, let's be real for a second here, though. Okay,
Jinder Mahal's not good.
Jinder Mahal,
he's mediocre.
Mediocre, whatever. Let's just get one thing straight. Meaty ogre. Once his title run is done, I guarantee you, he's going back to being Hinder My Balls. He's gonna job to
Kalisto.
or what they did. Maybe not Kalisto, but what they did to like Great Khali. How Great Khali was like this monster when he first appeared. He was like he couldn't wrestle for shit. We knew. We still liked him and watched him. Shawn Michaels at the super kick
and then
just smacks him in the head. But then they turned him like this joke. They're gonna do something like that with Jinder Mahal. He's gonna job, and we're gonna be seeing him in like Jobbers Are Us, like in that
he'll
category.
Definitely be. Once his reign's done, he's just gonna kind of get pushed further and further back until we all forget about him and read that
he'll lose the title. He'll have a rematch. He'll lose the rematch, and then it's just gonna be semi upper mid card wrestling all the guys in the upper the mid card section, like the U.S. title. He'll be wrestling guys in the U.S. title reign. He won't wrestle for the title though, because that'd just be too much. But he will wrestle guys like that. He'll wrestle guys like Dolph more often. He'll wrestle guys, whoever's going to be in that title picture. I don't even know right now. Because pretty soon, Owens is going to be in the WWE picture soon. Sammy will probably be in that picture. Nakamura, Corbin, who right now is projected to win Money in the Bank this Sunday. He's been projected for months.
Which is good. I really like Corbin. Watching him come up in NXT, it was kind of very nice.
NXT, it was all jobbers. He was doing all these quick things. How fast can you pin someone and hit the end of days?
Like 2-3 months straight of just jobber after jobber.
Yeah, they never let him wrestle anyone. Then they brought in Rhino. I was like, okay, cool. He's going to work with a veteran like Rhino, who's maybe not the best worker in the business still, but he's a known name. He's still cool to see, and Rhino knows the business. Rhino can put him over effectively and still put on a decent match for him and a big guy. Nothing fancy, not a 4-star or 5-star match, but a good match where it's like, I got some money's worth out of that.
End of days on him, fantastic.
That was awesome. That's the one thing I'm really surprised with, is that Corbin can hit that move on anybody.
Just gives himself the rock bottom.
But still, the fact he's still got to be able to hold that person up there. And
momentum helps.
Yeah, well, still. Some people he holds there for a couple seconds and then drops. He's done it to some bigger dudes too.
That's the one good thing about him coming up as being an offensive lineman.
Yeah, he's a strong guy. Yeah, he may not have the physique, but he's still a strong guy. He's pretty quick for a big guy too. He has some agility to him. Yes. And you know what? I can see him as a future champion. There's a lot of people I could see as a future champion as soon as Vince kind of goes and starts easing off a little. Let some of the guys who don't look like, Athenian goddesses or gods. Yep, there's my slip up for the week.
Oh, I guess still be talking about Charlotte.
Or Naya.
Oh, wait, that's God again. Sorry.
Yeah. She has a penis. No, but...
Goddess of gluttony. Oh, wait, that's not...
Oh, gross.
Oh, we're mean tonight.
Yes, we are.
Ogre, man.
People told us to be edgy. We are edgy. We bring the edge.
We see clearly. Everything has come to life.
No, but anyway, I still see a lot of those guys. Corbin's good. Nakamura at some point in the future will be in the picture. I don't think he's going to win Money in the Bank. They did show him grabbing the briefcase at the end and standing tall. They're just trying to keep his name in there, trying to keep him relevant, trying to keep him big picture. So they figure out
really what big thing they want to bring around.
I honestly think they're trying to hold him off and have him and AJ at Mania. I really think that's where they're going. because let's face it, they're both on the same show. They both know each other. They know the caliber of match they can have. Hence, Wrestle Kingdom 10 from New Japan. We've seen the main event before. It's gonna happen.
It will. If it's not this one, it will definitely happen. At some point, that match will happen.
I really, really hope they don't put it to some stupid, like, B or C list pay-per-view. I would even be pissed if they still put it at, like, not this SummerSlam, but a future SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Or even the Royal Rumble. That match has got to be Mania. It has to be. You can't put it anywhere else. That's too big a name. The wrestling fans would lose their shit for it. They'd be pissed and probably riot if it was anything but a Mania match. You don't even have to put it as the last match. You could put that on as, like, third to last match.
Yeah,
one of the main
you
events.
still know it's going to be like match of the night.
Oh, one of the matches of the nights. If they ever decide to let the cruiserweights do something, I think. Speaking of cruiserweights, I think they should transition Neville out of it. He's been the king of the cruiserweights. About to do that, and I think they're working on it.
I think they want to have him hold 2 titles, is what it's looking at, because he was calling out someone else the other day.
I don't know if they're gonna have the 2 title thing, but I think what they're trying to do is I think they're going to try and put Tozawa against him. They're going to have a feud with him and Tozawa, which I think would be awesome.
Yeah, but he should just lose the title and be like...
Or he should just be like, you know what?
Me.
I'm the king of the cruiserweights. I've decimated everyone here. No one's in my league. I'll step up then. I'm going to go to the heavyweight guys. Because they're letting guys like Finn hang with the big boys. Neville's a little bigger than Finn, at least weight-wise. Neville's at least 200 plus. Finn's under 190 pounds. And Finn's handling some of the heavyweights like it's nothing. Neville can compete just as well as Finn. Granted, Finn's a bigger name. He has a bigger following. They didn't try and make Finn into Mighty Mouse like they did with Neville when he first came up.
It's because he had the ears for it.
Yeah, but, still. If you put Neville now with the same type of push as you do Finn Balor, you're going to get gold.
Oh, they will.
Even if you let Finn and Neville wrestle each other, can you imagine the match? That's going to steal the show.
Yeah,
they'll have a better match than most of the guys there.
It wouldn't be a 205 match because everyone goes to the bathroom. If they're at home, if they're at the show, they don't watch it. They throw beach balls around the stands. You have them as a non-205 match for one of the titles. People are going to stay in their seats and watch.
Beach ball mania, baby.
How about a little bit of trouble that Bray Wyatt got into?
Oh, well, JoJo has to be a little happy girl.
You mean Sister Abigail now?
The eater of worlds, more like the eater of booty right now.
Pretty much going on right there. When you go and look, he definitely upgraded a little bit. A little mean, but...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he upgraded very, very, very... He went up like five levels of upgrading.
Yeah, he's got that thug life going right now, that Bray Wyatt, I tell you what.
She must enjoy that tickling beard. I guess staying with some of the women. Happy birthday to Bayley.
Oh, yeah.
It's birthday.
Yep. Happy birthday to her. Sorry about your career right now. WWE kind of fucked that up.
Just get her, come back in like 4 months. We'll all love you again.
Get her off TV for a little bit. Just let her wrestle. Stop with this bullshit of them being like, oh,
They don't know which
I'm gonna hug
woman
you.
wrestler
I'm gonna
to
do this.
Put down our throats.
Here's the thing. They
here's all of
have
them.
they have 2. They literally push 2, and the rest of them are just fillers. Look at what happened when Charlotte and Sasha were on Raw. It was Charlotte and Sasha, and everyone else was just there.
But you can't.
It's just hot potato between the 2 of them. Then Bayley came up. Awesome. Bayley wins the title. Won it a little early. She probably could have won it at Mania instead of that pay-per-view beforehand. Roadblock,
they can't just have the same 3
I know.
and over and over and
But they need to start doing different things and look at it now. I mean, granted, don't get me wrong. Alexa Bliss is my favorite diva woman, sorry, on Raw right now. She literally is the best women's wrestler in the company right now. She's better than Charlotte. She hasn't almost killed anybody yet.
She isn't a man.
She isn't a man wrestling in a women's division.
You mean Santino Marella when he dressed up in drag Santina?
And when Santino still lost.
Yeah.
He won that.
Oh,
No,
did
he
win
won the Battle
Royal.
Royal. Yes, he was Miss WrestleMania. Anyway. No, but Alexa Bliss is the gold standard right now. And, you have her. Becky on SmackDown is a gold standard. Granted, she's kind of just there right now.
It's because you can't talk. No one understands her.
Yeah.
But she's not Asian, so it doesn't work. So they can never really, when they finally call up Asuka, you can't really do anything between the two because it's just not going to be talking.
Just let them kick the crap out of each other. No words, nothing. No interviews, nothing. Every time they ask them about each other, just silent. Just walk away.
Asuka just has to feel so alone down in NXT.
Well,
There's just like no one to wrestle her.
You see the competition she has down there? There's no one.
She's actually hurting a few people. Like she, dislocated Ember Moon's shoulder.
I wouldn't say that's Asuka's fault. I feel like that was just a misjudgment on Ember Moon. Yeah, Asuka maybe pushed her a little too much, and she got a little too much momentum when she flew. But I think that was a fault on Ember Moon. I think Asuka was just trying to like push her off the top so she falls over. Ember, I think, thought I'm gonna fly a little bit. So it looks even more brutal because Ember came from Booker T's school. So she's going to be like, not one of the guys, but kind of like one of the guys where she wants to be like what Sasha does. How Sasha does all these dives and everything.
But that's why Sasha, it looks like she's going to die.
Well, I think that's because Sasha weighs like 10 pounds.
This is true. She recently on a live show, instead of throwing Ruby Riott onto the top of the stairs, threw her right into the corner and gashed open her forehead.
I saw that. That was at a Download Festival.
That one was all. That one was all Asuka.
Yeah, and it happens. Sometimes people make mistakes, and it happens. And Ruby's like, yeah, whatever. It's part of the business. She still wrestled the next day.
Oh yeah,
she's not gonna.
She's still in the picture. But I mean, they have no one to go against.
There's no one credible. You know what I think they're gonna do? I think since the women's tournament is coming up soon, I think what they're gonna do is the winner of that tournament is gonna face Asuka at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe not for SummerSlam or TakeOver Brooklyn because the finals won't happen until September, I think. Mid-September is when the finals are going to be aired for the women's tournament. So I think maybe in November in Houston when they do that TakeOver in Houston, they'll probably face there. And I think it's going to be the huge signing of the Japanese female wrestler they got. She wrestled on Lucha Underground or something like that. She can go. And you have her and Asuka who both can go. They're both from Japan. They both have kind of like a strong style background. That match is going to be stiff for a female match.
Yeah. And if I'm pretty sure if they have Asuka win that one, they'll just have her show up on Raw or SmackDown and just be like, no one down there can take me. I don't want this anymore. And then she's just going to be like, I want that. Depending which show they want her on. Like whether Becky has the title or at the time. I think that'd be good too.
Yeah.
Charlotte.
Anybody, really.
Yeah, and any match that Asuka's in, when she goes to that main roster, it's going to be one of those, must see, No matter who it's going to be against. I just hope they don't
make it stale.
Don't screw her up.
Yeah.
Her versus Tamina.
So one time I was in a bar. I don't want to talk about that.
Three-person match: Alicia Fox, Tamina, Asuka. What's the point?
Asuka's gonna obliterate them.
So one time I was in a bar and I saw Tamina. I was like, "Excuse me, Mister."
That was pretty bad, Rudy.
Yeah, well, at least it's not Isis Mahal.
You're like a piece of paper. You're terrible.
No, I'm not.
I
hate you so much right now.
You don't really hate me. That's fine.
Oh, God. I feel like I took a couple chair shots tonight, guys.
It's a $10,000 fine. Took it to the head.
It's very true. No fines, though, for me.
I don't know if either of you have anything else to add this week. I'm pretty sure
I think that was a good topics. I think it was cool to talk about different things, different companies. Kind of just whatever came to our head. Yeah, I think that was good.
Two big things that we were excited about. We had the New Japan match, and then the Lesnar.
Did you know that Alexa Bliss's ass has its own Twitter account?
Why am I not surprised?
I know, right?
I bet you're following it.
I don't use a Twitter, but if I did, probably.
Yeah, you follow it all the time, even when it's on TV.
It's hypnotizing. I'm sorry.
All right, I guess.
If Alexa Bliss has one, does Bailey's? Because that'd be a good Twitter war too.
I don't know if the picture they allow you is big enough to fit it.
Yeah, but I think it expands when you picture. I mean, like I'm on
What
Twitter. I'm not
expands,
the
Keith?
biggest. Yes.
And on that
I'm just gonna
bombshell-
answer yes.
Ogre.
on that bombshell, I guess maybe Rudy will put up one of his little Rudy wrestling rants during the week.
Hopefully, we'll see what
See what he
happens.
does.
I'm getting excited, waiting to see one of these.
Stay tuned for that.
Until next week, good night.